What? Today, I'm back from my kind of like 1 week break-ish, where I deleted all my videos so I can actually come back like with a fresh mic and better what ifs. So today we are doing what if Naruto was Kisuke Urahara's reincarnation, basically, or just what had his powers and was his reincarnation. So how this would happen is that basically Kisuke would die, and his energy, spiritual energy, would pull up to Naruto and merge with him when he was born, giving him that Kisuke Urahara look. So what happened is when Naruto was like Naruto would be Naruto in this what if will be 5 years or 5 years older than the canon counterpart, with him being on Naruto, not my bad, Itachi's and Shisui's team, like for their ninja team. So like they'll be around the same age. I know like Itachi was like 1 year younger or 2 years younger, but it just says for plot that they're on the same team. See, because like Itachi was like more smarter, so like he managed to get on Shisui's team. After this, like when this happened, when Naruto like this the storyline would pull up or like start to develop when Naruto was like 6, and this time like he would have a sibling, and it would be Mito, and basically, but their parents would not live, so Mito would have the full 9 tails, and due to Naruto being older, he would basically like still know his parents like for a little bit, so like he would technically still like know most of the secrets and of the Namikaze clan and know that they're actually Namikaze. So like Mito would actually know that she's Namikaze as well, and Uzumaki. So Naruto would basically have dreams of his Zanpakuto similar to any Shinigami, but where he would actually awaken his Zanpakuto at 11 years old, like because he would become a ninja at 12, and Itachi would pull up and he'd be 7, so that'd be their team. So Naruto would awaken his Zanpakuto, start to get like Kisuke's memories and his intelligence, and start to make the inventions, the portable Gigai, uh, the Ryatsu concealing cloak, which also does count for chakra, since Naruto could just make another one, which works the same for chakra. The the underground training, the underground training, training ground underground. That's how you say. And also uh, like he would have a shop, like a similar shop looking shop, got a shop similar to Kisuke's shop, but like it wouldn't be that similar to the modern time. It would be kind of like a Japanese style house with like it would be like the Namikaze estate, but with the underground training, the training ground underground. So when Naruto would go to the academy, and he'd really just like he'd skip his grades like really fast, like, and he would end up on a team with Itachi and Shisui, with their team like Sensei being being like some random person, since like they're not gonna be a team for long. They're gonna join Olympus like soon. The team would go on their regular C rank missions and still do the test to be considered a team. And they would one day they'd be going on a rank mission at in the basically like the land of the waves, but just a very similar format to that. So what would happen is they'd be on a mission and they'd be like in a tough battle where like they're not winning in the Jonin Sensei, since most of the Jonin Sensei is actually weaker than the students, since bro Itachi, Shisui, and Naruto would just be really strong. So what would happen is that the Jonin Sensei would basically like slip up and he'd get killed in battle, which would cause Itachi Sharingan to like evolve like to the Mangekyo instead of the Mangekyo being awakened at like at Shisui dying. Shisui would be like Shisui would be around 13, and Itachi would be around 11, and Naruto would be 13. Since I did say that Naruto was like around the same age as Shisui, and since Itachi was 2 years younger than them, then that would work out. I'm really being technical about this, but what happened is, since Shisui already had the Mangekyou, Shisui and Itachi would basically get the EMS, but they're like very at the limited range since they didn't actually like find out their abilities. So what happened is Itachi would still have the Amaterasu and Tsukiyomi, and Shisui would still have the Koto Matsukami, but this time it'd be way stronger. And Naruto would basically in the gain Shikai, learn all the abilities like Scream Benihime, Sing Benihime, Cry Benihime, Sing, Cry, and Scream. They're relatively like similar incantations, but they're the same technique. And you would learn that technique, or you would have like a net made by Benihime, and it would start to light up and like it'll blow up pretty much. I actually don't know the exact technique, but it's actually a technique by Kisuke. He used it against Aizen, and he used it against Soifon in the Rigai filler arc. So, the the team won't have their sensei, so they decide to join the Anbu, which wouldn't be hard for them. And Shisui would quickly become Anbu and basically be a Jonin, pretty much a special Jonin, while Naruto and Tachi would be under Team Ro, under Team Kakashi. Team Kakashi would basically go on that mission where they have a peace treaty, quote unquote, with the Land of the Wood, I think. And Guy would it was like a flashback where Kakashi and Tachi had more plot development, and they talked about the duties of an Anbu, where they had to hide in a tree, and they say, how does it feel not, eating food pills rather than eating what they're eating, because they're eating like a feast down there, like Guy and the traveler, the Genin traveler who could never become Chunin. And Tachi would basically say that, hey, it's just a duty, and Naruto would agree as well. But Naruto with his inventions would find something pretty suitable for them. Since Naruto is pretty big brain and would actually got a foothold on Kido, getting up to he would actually master Kido, not master, but know all the Kidos, but not know them to their full potential. So that mission would pretty much go the same, with them actually doing it much easier, but Guy would be pretty surprised that they're killing, how they would kill so easily, how Naruto stabs someone in the throat, killing them, or Itachi doing the same, and Kakashi as well. And they were surprised that Guy was surprised that their change in attitude in the mission. So then Naruto and his teammates like Shisui and Itachi would basically go through a 3-year time skip, and in this time Naruto would try to train Mito, and she would have similar powers, but her Zanpakuto wouldn't be Benihime, it would be Soden no Shirayuki, the Ice Zanpakuto, which I really thought would fit in this scenario, since, why not? So right now we're at the start of Mito's ninja career. Naruto would be around 15, and Mito would start going to the academy. And the coup d'etat would start to happen. Not the coup d'etat, but 2 years before the Shisui's death, quote unquote, or the time that Shisui's supposed to die. They would start to feel tensions between the clan itself and the elite village, and Naruto kept on suggesting to the Hokage that they give them more responsibility, because with more responsibility they would feel like they're more included and not just secluded out of the village, or excluded. So yeah, they got some more responsibilities, they got to move towards the village. They weren't isolated anymore, since Naruto actually found a way to prove that the Uchiha were not behind the Nine-Tails attack due to one of his big brain inventions. After this, Naruto would tensions between the Uchiha and the clan to try to like stop their coup or like at least stop it peacefully. But due to Danzo's like infringing, it would be pretty hard. So we'll we'll time skip another 2 years. I know I'm doing a lot of time skips. When Naruto is 17 and Mito is around 12, and Shisui is 17 and uh, Itachi is around 13, I think. Maybe that was the right age, is like 14, around that area. So what would happen is the you know the precautions used to ease the tension between the Uchiha and the Leaf were like not working anymore since Danzo and Orochimaru were like really pressing on the Uchiha, giving them quote unquote support to try and like manipulate them to do the coup with kidnapping Mito and using the Nine Tails since Fukaku has the Mangekyou. What happened one day is that Naruto and Itachi would attend one of the Uchiha meetings. Since Naruto, Itachi convinced Fukaku that Naruto was in with the coup, since he believed that the quote unquote that the village was corrupt. So Fukaku believed this. Naruto would attend the meeting and he'd be pretty surprised at the people like attending. After the meeting, Fukaku would have a similar talk to Itachi and he would show him his Mangekyou, putting them in the Genjutsu, showing them what they could do with the Nine Tails, showing them that like kidnapping Mito, using the Mangekyou to release the Nine Tails, and basically starting a coup with the village. Bro, Naruto was actually pretty scared when he like saw this, since like he was like really scared, kind of like Itachi was in the canon. So they would head out of there after that, and they would meet Shisui in the forest when they'd see him all like bloodied up, and Shisui would tell him that Danzo stole his other eye, and he would be like by the cliff edge where Shisui would basically hand his other eye to Naruto. Naruto would basically seal it or like put it away for now, and Shisui would say like his farewells before jumping, like falling off the cliff, since he was gonna die anyway. Itachi would still have like, wait, whoa, plot hole. I said Shisui gave Naruto his eye. My bad. I just had the biggest plot hole right there. My bad. Itachi had the EMS, so I couldn't be able to do that. That was my fault for that. I had that brain fart there. What would happen is that Shisui would still die, but like Danzo would steal his EMS. So what happened is Shisui would give Naruto his other EMS. So yeah, Naruto would basically, in memory of Shisui, would give himself the eye, but put a eye patch over it, or like a blind. He would wear a blindfold, like a blindfold, since in like he just did it in memory of Shisui. You know, like you. I mean, yeah, he feels the burden of Shisui's eye, but he just wears a blindfold because like he wears the blindfold because just in memory of Shisui. I don't even know why I'm repeating myself, but he would be forced, like not forced, but he didn't want to he didn't want to wear an eye patch, since that really felt annoying on his eye and it'd be too suspicious. So he'd rather wear a blindfold, kind of like Gojo. After this, Naruto and Itachi would go along with the Uchiha massacre as Danzo requested, but with them doing the Uchiha massacre with Obito. But this time, Sasuke wouldn't be like as oblivious as he was in canon, and Naruto would tell Itachi to leave his scroll for him, just for some techniques, so he doesn't end up weak. Itachi would hesitantly agree with him and leave a scroll about the secrets of the Sharingan and how to unlock the other forms of it, all the way to the EMS and the fire like techniques like high level fireball jutsu and the body flicker, like Shisui's body flicker, for Sasuke to learn when he like gets older. Naruto and Itachi would leave the village with basically Naruto, saying his farewells to people like Mito and other people he knew. Um, he would leave with, leaving scrolls behind of some inventions and techniques for Mito to learn to get her Bankai. Since Naruto has already got his Bankai, and if you guys don't know what Kisuke's Bankai is, it's basically like he can reconstruct anything. So, like, for example, if he was fighting Hashirama, for example, he could, if he like stabbed Hashirama's arm, he could basically reconstruct his whole body. Or, for example, if Naruto got injured in his eyes and he couldn't see, he could basically use his Bankai to like give him eyesight and basically reconstruct his own body to make it stronger. And he can make other people stronger as well. It doesn't just give negative effects. So yeah, that'll pretty much be it. After this, Itachi and Naruto would be partners in the Akatsuki, and where they would go on the mission where they had to get the three tails from the Mizukage. It would pretty much go the same with Naruto and Itachi getting the bounty with assassinating a leader, like a high status person in like a carriage, I think. And they would basically ambush the fourth Mizukage, with Mizukage still getting Amaterasu and basically getting just extra collapse, with basically the fourth Mizukage getting hit by a Bakudo number 61 Rikujo Kuro and a Bakudo number 63. He would basically get sealed. The three tails would like be extracted basically, and the fourth Mizukage would die. And then after this, they would basically do the same method with kidnapping the fourth tails, the four tails in Shiriki, and extracting it as well, getting the four tails. When this would happen, they would basically just go on, like after this, they would just go on missions and get bounties to basically get more money. And this time, Naruto would definitely pick up the shopkeeper drip, which is adding the Akatsuki cloak as a add-on on the top. And that's pretty much it. After this, Naruto would basically help recruit members that would join, like Deidara, Kakuzu, Hidan. And this time, like, he would be more convincing since Kisuke was, like, very manipulative with his words. Like, he managed to build up a plan for 100 years, and Aizen didn't even know himself. And in a manga panel, Aizen himself admitted that he said something like, "You're even out of all the people in Soul Society, you're the one smarter than me. Even though I'm tremendously above you in power, you still interest me." So like even when Aizen was in his cocoon form, way stronger than Kisuke, Aizen himself admitted that Kisuke was still interesting, even though he was weaker. He was still smarter than Aizen. And yeah, and this is where I'll be leaving off. We're basically at the kind of like at the Land of the Waves arc for Mito, and from Naruto's perspective, we're kind of like them basically extracting the three and four tails. I know this series wasn't as interesting as the other series I did, like what if Naruto was Gojo? My bad. What if Deku was Gojo, or what if Deku was Sukuna? But this is like my kind of like my comeback video. So like, if this gets like maybe like 5 likes, I'll do a part two. I mean, nah, not even 5 likes, like two. So I'll see you guys later. Peace out.